Data-driven strategy 30 years ago, for those who were alive, does anybody remember the TV show Cheers? A couple of us do, okay? So 30 years ago, when Cheers was on, they would do over a 20 rating adults 25-54. Does anybody know what a 20 rating means even? It means that 20% of adults 25-54 in the whole country were watching Cheers on Thursday night. Must see TV, NBC. Isn't that amazing? That was data-driven strategy back then. We can do a little bit better now, right? I hope so. I work for a company called Effectv, and here, I'll play this. You'll understand exactly what we do. Now you all understand exactly what we do, right? Okay, good. I was hoping you didn't, because if you got it from that video, you're a way smarter person than I am. But I like to show this because we are, as you can see, we're a Comcast company. But what most people don't understand or know about video advertising is how it started, or how we started. So really, really quickly, just so you get it, basically we sell commercials, okay? We sell commercials on good old cable channels like USA and TNT and ESPN and all those. And we sell them on all of those apps and connected TV and all the affiliate websites, etc. That's what we do. And you can buy those ads in Sugar Land. You can buy them in Houston. You can buy them in the whole country. We do it all. And what happened is, years and years ago, when the cable company started, they said, hey, look, you know, we're mom and pops, we put our deals together, we bought and sold, and pretty soon Comcast owned most of the cable subscribers in Houston, so we do a deal with AT&T and DirecTV and Dish and Suddenlink and all these other people. So if you want to run an ad on ESPN and Monday Night Football, you can buy it all from us. So that's what we do, okay? So I want you to understand that, because most people don't. That's what Effectv is. If you didn't learn anything else today, maybe now you understand what we do. Okay. So, we're going to do a data-driven strategy. I love driving. I just got back from Universal. It's NBC. It's Comcast NBC Universal. So we own the theme park down there in Florida. Anybody been? Pretty cool. Probably a bunch of you went to Harry Potter. I think they're selling around 70,000 Harry Potter wands a year now. Pretty good living there, right? You can make a few bucks on that. A few people in robes when it's 95 degrees. Don't get it myself, but hey, whatever works for you. My daughter and I started watching a set of movies called Fast and Furious. Any Fast and Furious fans? Okay, you admit it. That's good. Vin Diesel, can the guy act? Not really, I don't think so, but they're very entertaining. And if you can jump a car from one skyscraper to another skyscraper, at least virtually, pretty cool. So we're gonna drive 5-speed. Anybody driven a 5-speed? All right, I like it. We're gonna drive a 5-speed. That means 5 points. I have a whole 8 slides here, and hopefully this is gonna be relevant to you, because we're gonna get back to how we drive results with data. So the first thing is data. So let's talk about first and third party data. Does everybody understand what that is? First party data being, for us, in a privacy compliant manner, we know if you're a Comcast subscriber what you're watching at your house, right? On your TV. We know how you're, using the web. We have your address, and that's pretty good. It's all anonymized, but we have a lot of information. That's our first party data. Others of you get first party data because you know how your customer is shopping your site. You know a lot about them. When you can combine those things, that's pretty awesome, right? And as you can learn more about your customer journey throughout the funnel, top to bottom of the purchase funnel, that first party data is critical. Third party data, it's a little tougher. Everybody has third party data, right? Everybody has an algorithm. Everybody has a way to take some information that they can get publicly or through other partners, and they can create some kind of a genre of a person or some kind of an image of somebody. When I moved here from California 4 years ago, I got political ads on Pandora, links to listen to Pandora, a political ad for Democrat running on gun control for me to vote in California. They missed the target in a couple ways. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but it didn't work. But they created a persona based on what I listened to, and apparently people that listen to Van Halen are Democrats and are for gun control. So I'll leave it at that. But first and third party data, when you can put them together, combine them, that's great. If you can find a partner that has scale in first party data, that has trusted data, and use that with your third party and your first party data, that's like the holy grail, right? Okay, so enough about us. I think you saw the thing about viewership trends. People are watching 5 hours of video per day. I know none of you do that because you're all working all day long, and then when you get home, you work at night. But believe it or not, the average is 5 hours a day. Now, incidentally, in Houston here, we got about 6.5 million people in the metro area. We've got 107 people moving in per day, and we know what they're watching, and we know that those 107 people per day, how much brand affiliation, what do they know about the brands in Houston when they move here? Nothing, right? These are all fresh people that if we can create a relationship with them, they all need to come here and buy a car, practically, because you can't get anywhere really in Houston without a car. Most of them are coming from large metropolitan areas that they had 0 cars, and now they have 1, or if they have 1 car for their family, now they need 2. So I use that as an example. They've got to buy furniture, they've got to buy a lot of things, and if you can reach those people and impress upon them your brand, create a connection, create trust with them, that's an awesome thing. So think about how you do that on a day-to-day basis. That's what we try to help do without getting salesy. Okay, moving on here. Okay, the second part of the strategy is reach. Who wants to reach everybody? Okay, you're all very smart people, and you're like, I can't reach everybody, right? You want to try to figure out who your customer is, and really who your customer is, not just young city solos or power elite, but who is your customer and has the most propensity to be able to buy, and how do I reach them with enough frequency to really leave an impression with them? So when you think about somebody to partner with, if you can figure out somebody that you can create a video strategy to reach across multiple screens with scale, that's an awesome thing, and that's what I would look for a partner. Efficiency, you gotta have efficiency. We try to be that people, and again, I'm trying not to be salesy here, but I'm really pumped about what we do and the fact that we can reach people the right way. So when you think about third-party cookies, does anybody know what's happening with third-party cookies? Yes. They're dying. They're going away, right? I saw a TV ad last night for DuckDuckGo, and then I don't know. Has anybody seen the Apple iPhone commercial where they see all these people that are tracking them, creeping on them, and then they push this button, and they all go away? This is happening. It's happening now. Now, some of us, because we don't care, are going to sign the form and say, okay, I'll allow you to track me and use third-party cookies, or they'll have something on you, or you will have something on your website that says, hey, look, it helps us to optimize your experience. Please click yes so we can cookie you, right? But the majority of these are going to go away. So there again, if you can figure out how to best utilize data, first-party data, third-party data, to create the right relationship with your customer and figure out what they're doing, that's an awesome thing. And my little stopwatch went off here. So, okay, I'm at 9 minutes. Okay, doing good. All right. That's high octane. That's what we're talking about. Let's move to the next slide here. Real people. Oh, I got to wave the caution flag, guys. Because there is, believe it or not, all bots are not good. And we heard about the beautiful, wonderful, good bots, the happy bots, the ones that show up at work for every day, even 24/7. Does anybody know about the bad bots? Yes. There's a lot of, would you care to respond on that? So somebody can throw you the bots so our virtual people can hear you. Please, tell us about bots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of bad bots you can get, especially in a pay-per-click setting where people are just trying to either get rid of your whole daily budget for the day. That way their company wins the search impression share. So, and there's a lot of platforms you can use to combat a lot of bots. For example, in the pay-per-click world, we use ClickSeize, which basically finds the spam clicks and then it IP blocks them. So you just got to be able to identify it and then take action.
That's beautiful. What's your name?
My name's Rhett.
Give this man a hand. Got some great information. The other thing that bots are doing is they're creating fraudulent video traffic, right? So I think about 20 years ago, let's say, when we started to have internet advertising as a thing. We had to beg people to buy ads on the internet. And there were some of those crappy display ads that you saw on the page that Diana showed. There's a lot of that, right? So then eventually people like, wait a minute, you guys sell commercials that you can do on streaming, you can do on websites, etc. That's kind of cool. I'm kind of interested in that. I might actually purchase that because a commercial is a commercial no matter what screen you're on, correct? So they started to purchase some of this at a pretty decent cost per thousand. Well, fast forward to today, there's tons of demand for video, right? Everybody wants to be in video. It is the best way to drive a brand. It is the best way to create a relationship with your customer, bar none. I think we could all agree. Otherwise, we'd all be sitting and listening to audio recording right now, or perhaps looking at some pictures. Nobody's doing that. We're sitting here talking. We want to see video. So demand for video impressions has gone up tremendously. Supply is not. But the value is there for people to actually engineer bot farms and create fake traffic to sell to the consumers out there that are trying to buy video. And some people say it's 10% traffic, some people say it's 40%. You know what the right answer is? Neither do I, because nobody knows, because it's fraud, right? But there's millions and millions, actually billions of dollars of waste every year. So what I would suggest to you, if you're looking for a vendor to do any kind of video work with, look for somebody that is buying it from a reputable place. Like, for instance, what we do is we say, hey, USA, we're going to go ahead and pay millions of dollars for your subscribers every year to show them to people, to show your network to people. We're also going to buy a bunch of your video inventory. Pretty safe, right? If you go buy it out on the open exchange and it costs you $15 a thousand, it's probably not real. How many people have bought a Molex or a Kate Spade bag on the street for 25 bucks? Anybody done that? Yep. They look pretty good, don't they? It looks like a Kate Spade bag. It's got the little thing on there that says Kate Spade. It lasts pretty well. It's just not real. So that's my caution flag on real people. Okay, informed. We got DRI, informed. Let's think about audiences. Audiences are tough, right? But if you think about who your audience really is and you think about geography, those are the best ways to really map out where you're going to try to go. And if I think about if I don't have a limited budget, then back to what I said earlier, who is my audience? How do I reach them? How do I get the data to most likely reach this person with enough frequency to actually make an impression? Okay. By the way, does anybody, can anybody fold a map? Does anybody remember maps? Right? How many people can fold a map? It's an acquired skill, and it's something that we forget about, but it has no relevance whatever today. So, okay. All right, let's talk about video. I think creating a relationship with a customer, creating that trust, which I love that got brought up earlier today, you have to do that in a way that resonates with them. So if you really know who your customer is, and you can create a relationship with them or create an impression with them before they come into your store, and then you can actually prove it up when they get there, you've got a customer for life. Anybody bought a new car lately? Okay, what'd you buy? BMW. Okay, how many places did you shop? One. You bought a, whatever, 40, 50, 60, $70,000 car. I'm guessing 60. $60,000 car. You went to one place. Holy crap. I didn't buy a new car. I bought a certified pre-owned Audi. I looked at the BMW as well. I bought an Audi. You know how many places I went? 4. 1. So I think it's a perfect example of building a relationship before you get there, because somehow you knew where you're going to buy this BMW. How'd you know? Okay. Who was the dealership? Momentum. Okay. So you looked online, you researched it, you figured out you were going to buy a BMW because you liked BMWs from the past, or you've seen BMW ads, or you think they look sexy, or any combination of those, right? And that was the car for you. And you like sport, you like to go fast, you like to be able to turn sharp.
I mean, I've been told that I'd rather be grandma. I just wanted something safe.
Okay, then that's me. I wanted something that's fast that turns sharp. Okay. So you spent a lot of time researching, and so I guess the question here is, or the point I'm trying to make is this, very simple. When 10 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago, people were like, I just want people that are at the bottom of the funnel that are going to buy my product, so I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy a bunch of search, and I'm going to really load up, and I'm going to get all those people at the bottom of the funnel. Nope. It's too late. You missed them. There are a certain amount of people that are in the bottom of the funnel right now that you can influence. But if you don't start your relationship with them earlier, your chances of getting them are low. Maybe you can get some on price, but you're not going to get all of them. So that's where I think we can do a good job with video. And what I would say is make your video reflect your audience. Does anybody know how the efficacy of a campaign that you run, let's say a video campaign, how much of it is based on the actual ad you bear versus the people you reach? Anybody know the number? Guess. Give me a guess. So the creative element, what percentage of that is that of how does that influence the success of the campaign? What's the number?
30%.
30%?
30% is creative, 70% is people.
You say 19?
IT. 80.
80. 80. Okay. I. It's actually 47%. So this creative element here is really, really a key piece. If you're going to do video, and I know I saw a video vendor out there, make sure you get the right creative. Make sure it resonates with them. Make sure it elicits emotion. And then please make sure that you can prove it up when they come to your store. Okay. Look at that. There's a 5-speed. The last one is Effectv, spelled the right way, unlike our name. So what do you think that's about? We have, okay, I'm going to ask you one more question. We're giving away tape measures out there. Why would we give away a tape measure? Measuring results, yes, thank you. Measuring results is so important. So find a partner that can actually give you measurement results. Have goals set up, of course, GA goals. Here's where we're going to go, and you're going to see this happen. And we're actually piloting this right now. You see, this is a Comcast household, privacy compliant. You need to say that, just to be clear. You see an ad on your TV or on your app, and then you actually go to the website and complete one of 2 or 3 or 4 goals. You go somewhere on the website. We can track you all the way through. Well, that's pretty awesome, right? And that's where we have to go. That's, to me, is the holy grail. When I sit there and I look from 30 years ago, when we're like, I don't know, buy cheers to reach 20% of the audience, to where we are now, to be able to go from seeing the ad down to purchase. As you can find partners that can do more and more of that, that's going to be where we head. Now, the branding is important, and then the the middle of the funnel where they're trying to figure out and they're researching all that's important, but the bottom of the funnel when they buy, if you can get that full connection there, that's the holy grail. If they can give you transparent reporting to show where the ad ran, what device it was on, who saw it, what network or app it ran on, etc. That's good stuff. Okay, I think I am on time, which is highly unusual. And yes, I am. So, one more time, data. Get real data, get first party data, combine it with your third party data. Reach is important. It's not just a social campaign, that's not reach. Make an impression, build your brand, find a partner that can help you do that. Be informed, know where you're gonna go, really know your audience. The power of video is clear. It's kind of interesting, you'll find that when we do a campaign, we've analyzed 20,000 campaigns and we looked at the amount of streaming versus the amount of TV and how they reach the audience. Television portion still reached 80% of the audience. The streaming portion reached 20% of the audience. Those people are hard to reach though, and they're not always on the good old cable subscription. But you combine those two, and that's how you get your most effective video campaign. Okay? So, and 20,000 campaigns is enough to really actually be significant. So as viewership continues to change, as people consume media in different ways, we just got to follow them and how they do it. Okay, and then effective. Let's talk about measurement. We did that, right? So now tell me, what does this spell? Hey, all right, that's good. You got it. See, it worked. Okay, that's it for me. Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Yeah, I just got more of an opinionated question or one that I could get your thoughts on.
Okay.
So as you know, with streaming, there's a lot of popular rising free streaming platforms. Like there's Pluto, there's Tubi, and a lot of it's based on like micro channels that just play one specific channel. A lot of different channels with a lot of different people who could be in different audience or interests. In your opinion, how do you think that's going to change the video industry moving forward? Some of these, because there's not a lot of diverse commercials running on these certain platforms. Do you see these platforms taking a huge, shift in the industry, or what do you think about that?
So that's brilliant. Here's what we've tried to do with our company is put that all back together. So that's why we have actually 11,000 different outlets that we partner with, because it's becoming more and more fragmented. People are trying to figure out ways to save money. I mean, some people can't afford a cable subscription, right? Bummer for them. Mine's free, by the way, so pretty cool benefit. But a lot of people, that's what they want. But if they can't, then they're going to put together a series of different, Tubis or whatever to try to achieve some of that experience. So if you can find a partner that can put that all back together for you, that's the easiest way. And the reason sometimes you'll see just one ad run over and over and over. It's highly annoying, by the way. But they just haven't gotten to scale where they're actually selling enough ads, or they haven't partnered with somebody like us, so they're not selling enough ads and then to really actually make a difference.
Thank you.
That's a good question. But that's that's kind of the thing. It was so easy 30 years ago to run a video campaign because you had really 4 networks. You didn't have any of this other stuff. Now it's splintered. So that Cheers example of a 20 rating for adults 20 to 54, 20% of all the adults 20 to 54 are watching this with a whole bunch of other people. If you look at scripted series now, it's Masked Singer and it's a 1.7 rating. So that's 1.7% of all the adults 25 to 54. Now you take like football or the Super Bowl or like national championship or some March Madness. We've got a lot of things that still have a lot higher reach, but just on a scripted series basis, you can see that splintering of that audience is making it really complicated to take your brand and actually influence them. And so if you can put that back, I say we because this is what we do. We can put that back together and say, hey, look, here's how I'm reaching across all these devices to achieve my reach and frequency in my particular geography, whether it's small or large. That's freaking awesome. And then if I can prove it up afterward and say, oh yeah, it actually worked, that's where we gotta go. Good question. Any other questions? Yes, go over there.
Yes. So with all these new like privacy laws coming up, I know there's like the iOS update that's preventing companies from tracking consumer data. What are like some of the ways that you go around that to like keep effective data to get effective and successful results for campaigns?
Hey, there's a question I don't know the answer to. I mean, I know how we do it, but I guess I don't have a good answer. I think I've personally done some things where I'm like, yeah, I'll accept cookies because I want to be able to go back there because then you can do it. But then that's on your own site. These big companies that Googles and Facebooks and so they're gonna struggle a little bit more with that. But yeah, get what you can. Sorry, I don't have a good answer. Oh yeah, great. Alexander, I can see your name. Pretty close enough. Oh, we're the fish guy, right?
Yes.
Jamaica, cool.
You ever been there before?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
The grill.
Ah, yes. Nice spot. Yes, using your expertise now, how would you propose reaching out to sensitive and very broken audience, but at the same time trying to be subtle doing it, going out public?
Yeah, so I think that the creative is really, really key. And we could show you over the booth. We could show you some campaigns and some creative that we built that actually addresses that. Like we had one for Gulf Coast Regional Blood Bank.
Mhm.
Pretty sensitive, but appealing to the need to want to help people, appealing to the consumer that is most likely would donate blood, and then figuring out how to make that message resonate. But it's so critical. It's worth investing money, and we can gladly talk about it later. But it's worth investing money to build the right creative. Not to spend tens of thousands of dollars, but you got to make sure you resonate with that audience. I don't know if that answers your question.
Well, let me kind of skew you in a bit more. I work in IVF, in vitro fertilization, yeah?
Okay.
Telemedicine. So pretty much it's very sensitive because people can have kids.
Yes.
A lot of people stay quiet, but we want to reach out to say, hey, we can help you. But it's very difficult.
It is. It's hard to target that consumer, and there might be a. You have to think about the right way to do that. I mean, obviously, you could target parents, and you could reach them with creative that would say you could have an empty swing or a child playing on a swing, and have a parent that's sitting there with a park bench beside them with nobody beside them, right? And you could create this kind of, okay, that's the way I feel. You don't need to feel that way anymore. There are options. And I'm not a creative guy, clearly, but that's just an off the top idea, Good question. Okay, one more, are we done? Okay, last thing I will say is, hey, look, and if you want to talk to us at the booth afterwards, look, here's the deal. We're giving away at 3:30 today either Beats headphones or Apple Watch. And then we're giving away tomorrow whatever one that this person doesn't pick. So this isn't the lottery. You got a pretty good chance of winning. Get over there, right around the corner, and thank you so much for your time.